I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to this video, which is on estimating square roots. We have 3 questions. You can always pause the video, copy these questions and answer them. Let's begin with the very first question, which is the following square root value is between 2 consecutive numbers. Find these 2 consecutive numbers for each. Square root 12, square root 50, square root 75, and D is square root 111. Consecutive numbers are numbers which come together, right? So now let's try to estimate these numbers. The very first one is square root of 12. We know that 3 square is basically 9 and 4 square is 16, and therefore the 2 consecutive numbers where this square root 12 value should follow is 3 and 4. Do you understand? So the answer for this will be 3 and 4. Do you understand? So these are the 2 numbers between which square root 12 value will follow. That is how you're going to figure it out. Let's do it once again for square root 50. We know that 7 square is 49 and 8 square is 64. Therefore, square root 50 is between 7 and 8, right? So it is between 7 and 8. Now I think you can do the rest. 75. 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81, right? So 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81. Therefore, this value has to be between 8 and 9. And here, 111, we know 10 square is 100 and 11 square is 121. So this value is between 10 and 11. So those are your answers, and that is how you can answer it. Perfect. Question number 2. Estimate square roots and place the following radicals on a number line. So this time we have to estimate approximately how much these values will be. Now square root 9 is a perfect square, 3 square, right? 20 we can see is between 16 is the perfect square close to it on one side, and so it is between 4 square, which is 16, and between 5 square, which is 25, correct? So that means I could estimate square root 20 as a number which is between 4 and 5. So let's say we have 4.5, right? So that one is 3. Let me write this as 3 here. Square root 27. Now square root 27 means we are talking about a number which is between 5 square is 25, right? And 6 square, which is 36. But it is close to 5 square, right? So we'll write this as 5 point, let's say 2 or 1. The next one here is square root of 15, which is very close to 16, right? Since it is very close to 4 square 16, we can say safely that this is 3.9. Now we have these values which are 3, 3.9, 4.5 and 5.2. We can place them on a number line, right? So let's see how. So I'm just making a number line here. Let's say, so we have very less space. We'll try to squeeze in this space all the values. So we have to go till maximum 6, right? So let's say 1. So let's say this is 0 for us, okay. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, the first one is 3. So 1, 2, 3. So that 3 is square root of 9. Then we have square root of 20, which is between 4 and 5. Right? This is 4, this is 5. So here we'll have square root of 20. Perfect. Square root of 27 is 5.2, slightly more than 5, right? So we can write this here as square root of 27. Clear? Then 3.9 is the value of 15, less than 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So just less than this value here will be square root of 15. It doesn't make sense to you. So that is how on a number line we can place all our numbers, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the square roots have been placed after estimating each and every point. Does make sense to you, correct? Question number 3. Is each statement true or false? Explain. The very first one is square root of 19 is between 18 and 20. Clearly, this is false. Square root of 19 is kind of between 4 and 5, right? Is approximately equals to, let us say, 4.2. Is more than 16, right? Or maybe 4.3, right? So it is between 4 and 5, not between 18 and 20, right? So it is between 4 and 5, correct? Square root of 45 is greater than 9. Now let's estimate. Square root of 45 is less than 7. 7 times 7 is, 7 square is 49, correct? It is less than 7. So we can say estimate 8. Now it says square root of 45 is greater than 9, false. It is 6.8. It is much lesser than 9. Now, square root of 50 is less than square root of 5 times square root 10. Well, they are exactly same. So this is also false. We know square root of 50 is equal to square root of 5 times square root of 10. So when you multiply, you really get 5 times 10 within the square root. That is what you get. So they are equal. Now we have square root of 5 plus 10, both are in the square root, is less than this. So let's estimate. So if you estimate for square root of 5 plus 10, which is square root of 15, you will get this as, let's say, 3.9, correct? Now on the other hand, if you do square root of 5, square root of 5 is more than 2, right? It is, let's say, 2.1, and because 2 square is 4. Square root of 10 will be 3.1 because 3 square is 9. So when you add these two, you get definitely something which is 4.2, 5.2 or something, right? So which is greater. So this is false. Correct? This value is definitely more than 5. And this value is less than 4, right? This is less than 4. And this is greater than, as we saw here, 5. Correct? E. Square root 1, square root 1, square root 1, when you add them all, is greater than square root 4. What do you think about this? Well, these are all 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. And square root 4 is 2. So that is true. Perfect? The last one here is square root of 15 plus square root 19 is greater than square root of 100 minus square root of 10. So let's estimate. So in this case, what is square root of 15 equals to? We can say less than 4, right? So we can say approximately 4. We'll just round. And square root of 19 will be approximately 4, right? So it is approximately, if you add them, so this is approximately 8, right? On the other hand, this is what? This is 10, and this is approximately 3, which is 7. So this is greater than this. It is true. Is that true? Correct? So we are estimating. So when you estimate, you can actually figure out answers for such questions. So I hope with this exercise, you learn how do we estimate square roots. That was the whole idea. Correct? Now here is a question for you. The question for you is a bonus question. You can write down your answer in the comments. estimate square root of 0.1. So that is your question. So I'll look forward to your answer to this. What is square root of 0.1? I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to write your comment, share your views, and especially answer this particular bonus question. Thanks for your time and all the best.